Boot out the coupe out a lot, tell him for a 12 sweat. Busting out the base out the box. I just hit the league with a box. Head up with a stick in a box. Boot up the whole damn city, I'ma get lazy. I got a mojo, these we dropping like 80s. She suck a nigga so got a cash app. Told her wipe a nigga no. Say slash that I would never sell my soul, and I can back that. And I really wanna know where you at. I was out back with a stash at, cause I seen it in a bulletproof Cadillac. Cause I know this nigga have to win a bag, yeah. Gotta move smarter, gotta move farther. Nigga tryna get me for my water. I lay your ass down on my son and my daughter. I had a Draco with me, Dwayne Carter. Lot of niggas out here playing, and I've done put my whole arm in the reaping scatter. And I don't probably get a key for the quarter. Shorty better seeing double C's in the bottom. Got a badge looking like a leash model. I got the pink slip, all my whips is keyless. Come to know I'm about to get a key to the city. Fading like the sea. Forget out the coupe out a lot. Tell him for a 12 sweat. Busting out the base out the box. I just hit the league with a box. Head up with a stick in a box. Put up the whole damn city, I'ma get lazy. I got a mojo, these we dropping like 80s. Boot out the coupe out a lot. Tell him for a 12 sweat. Busting out the base out the box. I just hit the league with a box. Hit up with a stick in a box. Put up the whole damn city, I'ma get lazy. I got a mojo, these we dropping like 80s. Ha ha ha, I've been moving them out. If still a women, then I got a blues in the pouch. Took her to the forest with a wood in the mouth. Bitch, don't wear no shoes in my house. The private I'm flying in, I never wanna fly in. I take my chances in traffic. She second on dick, no hands with it. I just made already playing like the landing strip. I'm a 2020 president candidate. I done put 100 Benzes in my man shit. I've been moving real again, so the worship you get great. Shawty call me Crisco, cause I popped my shit. Got out of mud, there's nothing you can tell me. Yeah, when I had the drugs, I was really happy. Boot out the coupe out a lot. Tell him for a 12 sweat. Busting out the base out the box. I just hit the league with a box. Head up with a stick in a box. Put out the whole damn city, I'ma get lazy. I got a mojo, these we dropping like 80s. Put out the coupe out a lot. Tell him for a 12 sweat. Busting out the base out the box. I just hit the league with a box. Head up with a stick in a box. Put out the whole damn city, I'ma get lazy. I got a mojo, these we dropping like 80s. Boot out the coupe out a lot. Tell him for a 12 sweat. Busting out the base out the box. I just hit the league with a box. Head up with a stick in a box. Put out the whole damn city, I'ma get lazy. I got a mojo, these we dropping like 80s. Swore that I never forget. Don't think I'm just talking. I think I might go all Cause I've been feeling ya. Think I might be out on my mind. I think that you
Hello and welcome everybody on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. We actually have a little bit of a relegation battle on our hands today. I am your host, Alex Roidzz Rymill. I'm joined today by Jan SpartanX van der Westhuizen. How are you doing, Jan?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Alex?
I'm doing fantastic. Like I said, we do have a bit of a relegation battle here. The team that does win this game does end up going through in the group, and the team that does lose this game does end up falling out of the group. The two teams that are playing currently are Team Ferocity and Omnius Gaming.
Yes. So Omnius has played 6 games. So you play 8 in total, and they haven't won a game yet, right? So this is going to be make it or break for them. Team Ferocity has actually won a game, right? But this is Team Ferocity's last game. So for them to make sure there's no tiebreakers or any such things, or maybe they take the head-to-head, or I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but for Team Ferocity to make sure they don't drop out and they go in through to the next stage with that 8th seed, they have to win today, or at least win like one of the games. I think for OG Ostrich, for them to go through, they need to win 2-0. They need to make this decisive. They need to get these points on the board, because right now they're sitting on 0 and Team Ferocity is sitting on 2. So, this is going to be very important for them.
So inevitably, we're just looking for the tiebreaker.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to take head-to-head. I know with Counter-Strike there was different ones. They took round to do that, like how many rounds did you win? Obviously, that's not a thing you can do in League, so they might just say head-to-head, or they play a tiebreaker. So for Omnius, if you win this 2-0, okay, good. You win the head-to-head, and you have that kind of confidence if you have to play a tiebreaker. Now, OG still has another opportunity to even nullify that, because they're playing Trooper later. They still have that one game against Trooper, and we know that Trooper are very strong. But we are straight up just jumping into Champ Select straight off the bat. Let's go.
Awesome. I actually don't exactly know what to expect from these teams. I think we have cast one of these games.
We've casted Ego, Team Ferocity.
Team Ferocity already. We do see a Vega ban coming out.
Straight out. Doesn't want Scout on that Vega.
Well,
Scout is a very proficient mid laner. We've seen a lot of good things. Lucian being banned out probably for... It can be flexed mid, bot, top lane. I would be very surprised if we see it in South African top lane, but it can be flexed everywhere. That's what makes it kind of a headache to deal with.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I will introduce the team to you when we do get into game. I'm not sure if these players are in order, and it just makes it way easier to do it once we've gotten into game. So we will be getting through there. Quite a slow, methodical process. We do see the Lulu getting taken away, so no more Lulu Cog or Lulu Caitlyn.
No Lulu Cog's shenanigans. Don't want that protect the AD carry type comp. You just want to make sure that there's no scaling and just waiting for item spikes and then one Cogmore just spitting everyone dead.
Yeah, we do see a lot of focus going down on the mid lane at the moment. Blue side banning away Ashe. This should
be Caitlyn.
Should be a Caitlyn ban.
There we go. Now Set is available for a first pick. Set's still good. Can flex it all over the map again. That makes it strong. Other stuff that's available is like Volibear, but it has dropped in priority quite significantly. But yeah, Jarvan is something people kind of like picking. Volibear. There we go. So now I'm expecting just them to pick Set. Set is very good into Volibear. He jumps at you, you throw him back into his team. Say, no thank you, Teddy Bear. I do not want you here today.
No, doesn't he do Set does percentage damage with his ulti, right? Where he lands. So if you ulti Volibear gets HP as well on top of that.
So it's a percentage on how much, or it's like health, how much health the person has that you throw into them. And then Ornn pickup. Ornn, very strong. You don't need to win lane with it. And then Jhin. Good picks. Ezreal, Senna still up. Like, I probably would have picked Senna there. Ezreal, Yuumi up. And Yuumi works very well with Volibear as well, because it's just a big bear zoom in. So instead they're going to go for the Mordekaiser, showing their hand a little early, showing where the Volibear is going to go, instead of like having that sit at the back of Omnius's head, where it's like, okay, cool, are they going to play top, are they going to play jungle? Now Omnius, they know that this bear will go into the jungle and this Mordekaiser will go top.
I mean, you could say that we're scared potentially of them banning away the Mordekaiser in the next thing.
Senna pick.
Echo.
Senna pick's good. Echo straight up blocking.
Echo jungle?
No waiting.
Echo mid? I mean,
That's probably the only two places we can play it, right? It's Echo jungle, Echo mid. So
I don't think he'll be going top lane against a Mordekaiser.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Cassidy banned. None of that scaling shenanigans. Hitting level 16 and then the game is just over. I was expecting some support pinch here, but it is hard for the side of Ego since they haven't picked their support. So, and they don't know where the Echo is going mid or jungle, so might just take away junglers, seeing as you already picked your jungler. Instead, they ban an AD carry when Jhin is already picked.
Was that a mistake?
That might be a mistake. Or they think this Jhin is going mid.
Port? Jhin jungle? New meta?
No, okay. No Jhin jungle. None of that shenanigans. Surely not. That's interesting. That's kind of confusing.
I mean, that must be a mistake, right?
That must be. I think they just might not have seen the Jhin.
Maybe they were trying to ban Zed and they clicked on Zypherr.
Maybe. I mean, maybe Morgana being banned. Good ban.
I mean, there is still the option of just taking the Karma. Or potentially taking the Braum. I feel like Braum is seriously overlooked at the moment playing into Ornn.
Criminally so, yeah.
Which kills my soul in South African League of Legends at the moment.
And Braum is very good into Ornn.
Yeah, incredible.
So, yeah. And then the Olaf ban. Okay. So, right now you want to kind of pick up your support here. Use your last pick for your mid laner or jungler, depending on where this Echo is going to go. But you can keep that flex and keep that like trickiness up for another round and kind of have Team Ferocity like guessing where the Echo is going to go. Because right now I'm not sure.
And ruin it for you.
Yeah. Let's see what they decide. I'm going Karma. That's a good pick. Good job. I'm happy with that. Karma, very good. It is nice with Jhin. You can use your W or your Q to have Jhin proc his W, which is that thing, which is nice.
Oof.
And Team Ferocity going straight for the Azir. Now, Azir is strong.
Azir is strong, but I do feel like Azir is a little bit of a mistake. In my honest opinion, I do feel like once Echo does manage to get going, yes, Azir can deal with the wave clear, but also Echo can just throw his Time Winder out. I think it is Time Winder. I can't remember what his Q is called. Clear the wave. After he's like once he's finished one item, he clears basically the whole wave with just one.
Oh, and there's a Braum pick. They're listening. They're learning. They're learning. They're adapting. I like it.
I really think the Echo pick into the Azir is actually a great pick.
They might just decide to
early.
Yeah, they might just decide to let the Echo go mid and pick a jungler here. Graves is still up. No, okay, you're trolling.
I told you they were trying to ban Zed. I told you they were trying to ban Zed. No, ban Zypherr by mistake. Was a mistake.
Now that Zypherr ban is gonna cost them a lot. Yeah, Zed being picked up here. This is gonna be the first Zed we are seeing in the VS Gaming Champions on stream. I don't know if it's been played by other teams. Scout is a very good mid laner, but it's gonna take a lot from him to just take over this game. There can be some annoying shenanigans with Karma obviously being strong. And when Zed and Echo is just zooming around the map, it can make stuff very hard for the side of Ego Team Ferocity. But they do have a lot of nice tools. Braum obviously being very good into Ornn. I'm expecting to see exhausts from someone. Either Braum or Senna, that will just help a lot against the Zed and the Echo.
Yo, look, I think it's kind of like very touchy. Like, you know, when I look at these two teams at the moment, Ego Team Ferocity has quite a solid team comp, but I do feel like if the mod doesn't pop off, they don't have a lot of damage. Like they've got the Azir. I was leaving out the Azir specifically because I feel like that'll be my next point where I say that Omnius Gaming have got two assassins.
Yes.
You can potentially, and both of which are actually very good at dealing with Azir. I think Echo is very good at dealing with Azir, because yes, he can dash over your wall. It's not hard for Echo to dash over the wall because it is a small gap close. It is a flash technically, So he can jump over your wall, firstly. Secondly, Zed is notoriously good at dealing at Azir. But also, if you do push the Echo back, he can just jump straight back to where he was previously. So if he was on top of you, it's not going to be a big issue for him to just use his ulti to jump back on top of you. So Azir kind of has his work cut out from this game. But if you take out Azir from that comp, like they don't have a lot of damage. Senna is not particularly good
True.
at dealing with Ornn. She's going to really struggle to get through the Ornn. Mordekaiser, if he's not ahead, doesn't do too much damage. I might get kited out by the Jhin and the Karma, which I do think is not going to be particularly difficult for him. I also think Mordekaiser does kind of struggle a little bit dealing with Zed and dealing with Echo. He's not the best into assassins. He kind of wants to just sit and like get to do sort of consistent damage to you and just bully you out in an exchange, especially in the death realm. So if he does fall behind, I think he is going to struggle a little bit. But
Yeah.
I do still really like Ego Team Ferocity's sort of comp. I think it's quite solid. It's a lot easier to
Yep.
pull off. And I think-
That's what the thing was that I was going to mention as well, is the burden of execution on the side of Ego Team Ferocity is not that high, right? Yes, you have Azir, which is kind of a difficult champion. We see a lot of players struggle with it, not being able to hit the Shurima shuffle, stuff like that, right? So you can't really utilize it to its full potential. But you look at the rest of the comp, it's kind of simple, right? There's nothing super complicated about how you run the comp. But then you throw it over here to Omnius Gaming. They have Ornn, very good pick, I feel like. Karma, good pick. Jhin, good pick. And then you have two assassins just randomly in here. Now, we know Vanilla Chai can take over games, right? We've seen it. Scout is a very competent mid laner. But the burden is so much on them. If they don't make things happen, they just lose. Because the other team will just literally walk over you. And it can get to the point where Volleybeb becomes just such a big problem for the side of Omnius Gaming to deal with. Because assassins don't do well into tanks. So we'll have to see how they play that. I'm expecting Omnius to come out and try their best to just run amok and try and do their best to get ahead and stay ahead and make plays all over the map. Because if they don't, this game is not going to be a lot of fun for them.
And I don't even think it's just the fact that Omnius can't deal with tanks well. It's like, depending on what the center decides to build, if the center does decide to sort of go that really odd frozen mallet sort of build and just be like a secondary support that does do damage as well, then it becomes incredibly hard to deal with this Volibear, this Maud, and the Braum, especially if the Maud does kind of go a slightly more tanky build. Like like he doesn't necessarily need to rely on getting 6 tons of damage because there's not much he actually needs to go through in this game.
Yeah.
So I do feel like definitely like Team Ferocity's team comp is a lot easier to pull off than Omnius Gaming's 100%. And like if Omnius are not assassinating someone and getting rid of a high priority target or aren't very far ahead, I think they are going to really struggle to deal with these tanks.
100%. I'm ready.
Oh, sorry.
Gonna count it down.
I'm trying so hard to get to 10, but it keeps moving. Right, in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Okay, so you want to give a rundown of all of the teams?
Cool, let me just order all these people so that I know what is going on here.
What is going where?
My support is still in the mid lane. Okay, cool. So, for Omnius Gaming, which is the red side, we have Azure Snow in the top lane on Ornn. We have Vanilla Chai in the jungle on Echo. We see Scout on Zed in the mid lane. And then we see Earthbound Deity and Emotional Support in the bot lane. Deity, sorry. Whatever. On Jhin and Karma. And then Ego Team Ferocity on the blue side, we have Enigma 2 in the top lane. We have
Viervliegje.
there we go, in the jungle.
Got you.
We have Deus Ex in the mid lane. We have Jean de Paul and Despicable Llama in the bot lane.
Nice. I think we have to say Jean de Paul. You know,
Jean de Paul.
No. No, just no. Okay, so we see some standard stuff here. They did go and annoy Zed a little bit in the mid lane. Now, I like that Despicable Llama has exhaust, because it does nullify a lot of that threat of Zed. But then there's also an Echo, which makes it a little bit, you know, harder. But these teams, like we said at the start, they're fighting for their tournament life. So this is very important to both of them.
I think it's a, I think potentially I would have liked to see the Azir starting off with a stopwatch in his masteries. I think if he can
Yes.
sort of nullify Zed's first level 6 attempt, or at least the first all-in, with that thing, it'll definitely pay off and pay dividends for him. But not having it, I think, is a little bit of a mistake.
Yeah, and especially it comes online like more or less the time when like you hit level 6, so it does give you that extra little protection. So I don't know what he is going secondary, maybe sorcery. So he's not opting to go into that inspiration secondary where he can pick it up.
I actually have
So
no
that might
clue
be a
what to
mistake.
check. Can you even check?
No, I tried to check just now, so unless someone knows how to do it, then let me know. Everyone in chat, spam who you think is going to win. Eco, Team Ferocity.
Up, they're going to get another snare onto it. Emotional support might just go down here, but actually flashes away. Great trade coming through. The Jin's getting taken down very low. Earthbound Deity. Also, Deity.
That was spicy bot lane, and this Prom is doing a lot of work right now.
Yeah, and that's 2 summoner skills down.
Yep.
For...
Look at all this pressure they have in lane now.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of poke coming out in mid lane.
I
Yeah,
don't
see,
think
this
it's so
is...
careful now.
Yeah, if they get caught by, get tagged by another slow, they might be in a lot of trouble. Because the Frostbite, I think that's what it's called. Would this bite, Frostbite, something like that.
Ooh, flash in the
Just
mid, and they are flashing onto the Zir. Can they get Deus Ex? The exhaust does come up, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's going to be
Oof,
perfect going over
First
to the
blood.
Zir. Enigma,
Yeah.
very low in the top lane.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you see... Ooh, okay, fighting again in mid lane. And you see kind of the plan that Omnius have here. There's a gank in the bot lane now.
Yeah, Echo coming through, trying to see if he can get the stun off. Despicable Armor caught a little bit too far out, does flash away, but gets locked up by the Jin. John DePaul looking for the kill. I think
Ooh, no, this is not it.
looking for it, and I don't think it's going to work out. Explains the flash. Echo comes in, but it gets the shield from the Karma. That's going to double kill going in with the Jin. And greedy plays.
Yeah, and this is just looking like one-way traffic already. I mean, these aren't champions you want to get rolling. Oh, good trade there by Azir in the top lane. But you don't want to fade Zed in your game. Everyone's played a solo queue game where the Zed just comes, shows up in your lane and just slaps you. There is a gank in the top lane on Azir now.
Oliver flashes and does get the Sun. Azir already using his flash. He's going to go down. Beer flicky.
Yes, nice.
Getting,
Well done.
getting the kill. I can offer cons, I just choose not to. Kind of.
So, yeah, the thing is, like, you don't want them to be ahead, and we already see Vanilla Chai being very active around the map. He is one of our players to watch. He is a very competent player. He played in the COVID Clash as well. He is a good player. Played top lane, I think, in the COVID Clash, since there weren't a lot of top laners. So we have a pause. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I hope it's not one of those
Let's go.
9-minute ones.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm very excited to see how he's gonna play and how he's gonna keep on pushing the tempo as he is doing right now. Because he's already been a part of 3 kills. Obviously, that gank in mid lane for first blood, and then the double kill they got in bot lane. So yeah, that so far that he's been doing a lot of work.
Yeah, and I mean that double kill was, I feel like that was a gift.
Yeah, definitely the second one.
On the
Let's be honest.
he had no reason to run in, and I don't even think, to be absolutely honest, I don't think he was ever going to catch the Echo.
No.
The Echo just decided to turn around and kind of come back into the fight, and he still didn't manage to get the kill anyway. But at least the Mordekaiser did manage to get, like, kind of saved in that lane. I think he was quite far pushed up.
Yeah.
I definitely think that Volibear gank was needed, because I feel like he was also sitting on 200 HP and he wasn't exactly in the most comfortable position against the Ornn. But I see he did opt to start Blasting Wand.
Yeah. I
That's,
don't know about that.
I think that's quite greedy, in my opinion.
Very much so. You don't get a lot of stats, you just get flat AP. So maybe going for the Haunting Guys part of the build first, picking up the Ruby Crystal plus the Amplifying Term would have been better, in my opinion. I'm guessing.
Possibly. Even just picking up Beats might have been better.
Or that.
With the Ruby Crystal, I mean, you're not super worried. You don't really need the flat damage as much. I think having some HP would have been good. But
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
even
probably
the,
trying to bully him out.
even the Azir backing and buying just an Amplifying Tomb instead of buying Tome, sorry, instead of buying a
Ooh, aggression in the bot lane.
Despicable Llama going in, looking to see if he can get on emotional support. Emotional support does get stunned up.
Ooh, that's a lot of
Takes
CC.
down 300 HP. Another one more auto. He's gonna go down. Earthbound Deity also.
Oh, they keep going. Okay.
Fourth shot is up for the Jin. He does have flash.
Flash ult and he's probably dead. No, not anymore, but he would have been there. But Earthbound Deity doesn't want to make the same mistake that John DePaul made by going into deep and then dying for the kill. So he's just like chilling.
Volibear looking for a gank opportunity in the bot lane. Does move down into the bushes, but rather opts not to.
Are they just gonna?
They're gonna
Are they gonna dive?
Looking for the Jin.
Yeah.
Flash comes in. He's
Here
going
comes
to be able
Karma.
to flash away. The Braum is trying to see if he can get on there. They do manage to pick up the kill on one of them. Meanwhile, Echo is looking for the
Echo
power.
and Zedo is coming.
Get in here. Volibear is getting taken low, down to 300 HP. The Chilling Smite does come out. Zed also
Here comes
here is level 6. Who's he going to pick to use the death mark on?
Who's his first hit?
Oh, does get
Ooh,
one.
okay.
That little kill. Going to get a second kill. That's an easy shutdown. Are they going to commit for the dive? No, they don't. Two kills going over to the Z, and that's a 3 for 0 Z, and also a 0-0-5.
0-5. Echo. Yeah, and that's the thing. We see Omnius playing very measured and more playing towards like, okay, cool. We'll punish your over aggression. And that's the second time we've seen this from the side of Team Ferocity, being very ferocious and playing very, very aggressive, but getting punished for it in there.
Ooh, when the knockup does come through for the Ornn, manages to dodge up the. Is it called Death's Grasp?
Yes, I think we talked about it last time.
No, but
Yes, the Death's Grasp. And Q is the Obliterate, or as we like to call it, the Bonk.
bonk. Give him the bonk on the head,
Give him the big bonk.
just like Donkey did, man. Just bonk him on the head, dude.
Exactly.
Never forget Donkey. He lives on forever in my heart, dude. Ooh, Jean de Paul caught out by himself. They're not going to look for any aggression there, but is Echo looking for a gank potentially in the bot lane? No, opting to back away now. I would really like to see Team Ferocity putting more emphasis on getting the Azir going. I don't think just letting the Azir sit back and farm while these two assassins that are perfectly capable of dealing with him in the side lane. I don't think letting them sort of get ahead and leaving this Azir to just kind of fend for himself later is a good option. Even if you are letting him sort of funnel some farm while they roam, he's not even getting a massive CS advantage. So I would really like to see some love going across over to the Azir at the moment, because I do really feel like he is their win condition. Because I don't expect to see a Senna sort of doing the damage to carry through this these team fights, especially with such slippery champions like Zed and Echo sort of on her 24/7 in all of these fights, which we are going to see.
Yeah, definitely. So this Senna's going to have a very tough time. But, you know, that's just the life of AD carry in 2020. You know, you have to deal with that stuff. But they have the exhaust, they have the death realm from Mordekaiser, so there are some stuff there. But, like, it's going to be hard for you to deal with 3 for 0 Z. Oh, death realm top lane.
Born into the death zone. You're gonna beat him. Death realm, sorry. Gonna give him the obliterate. Does the bonk come through?
Bonk.
Into it. Just hate to see it. Parallel convergence doesn't land from the Echo. Maybe gonna get the ulti off. Decides not to. The curtain call comes out. Despicable Llama looking low. Scout. Gonna see if we can get one kill. Leaves that. Looking to see if we can get the death mark onto the center, but Senna's just gonna walk away. An Earthbound Deity picking up his 3rd kill. And he's starting to look a bit scary.
Yeah, this is not going very great for the side.
Caught up by the Echo. Doesn't have the death realm. Echo should be able to get this kill easy. Red buff is ticking. Waiting for the shield to die out. That's going to be an easy pickup for Vanilla Chai.
Yeah, and, you know, it just looks like a lot of one-way traffic. Yeah, sure, you know, Fearfully has tried his best. He tried to go top lane, try and get, you know, this Mordekaiser going. But that's not your problem right now. The problem is, Scout is getting huge. Earthbound Deity is getting huge. You need to do something and, like, get the bleeding down a little bit in these lanes.
And I feel like because there's been no real mid lane priority for Ego Team Ferocity, that this is just kind of like, he's too scared to obviously push up because he doesn't have stopwatch, so he can't avoid the death mark. Obviously, I'm going to bring up the stopwatch point again. I feel like at least if you have a stopwatch, you can sort of stall in the river and fight Zed, but he can't right now. So we see Scout just roaming as much as he can. I mean, he has only got 1 kill on the Azir so far in lane, and the other 2 kills have both jumped.
Scouts walking up. They might like to fight here. They're pretty
They want to
huge.
get the gold, but only the Braum got the gold. Oh, that feels so bad.
Well, you mean the Volibear.
I mean the Volibear, so
That confused me for a second. I'm like, wait, where's bro? And we just see a lot of bonking in top lane, but it doesn't seem to be affecting Azure that much anymore. He is sitting on a Negatron cloak.
We're gonna get another pull. Oh no, he didn't.
Oh, no,
He was definitely.
he was trolling. He was
baiting.
trying to bait him. Yeah, baiting. That's what I meant. Not trolling.
You see the Ornn just sitting on a Negatron cloak now, and I think that's gonna be sort of enough to sort of hamper out this lane.
It's definitely going to make it a lot worse for the side of Enigma too. But he will get that Leandri soon, and then he will do a lot of damage again. So yeah, you don't want to take all these free bonks to the head.
No, you don't want to take all the free bombs there, but I feel like his aggressive playstyle has.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really been working out for Enigma. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Sort of up in the lane, but he's not ahead in CS at all. Ooh, Azure Snow looking for the trade.
And look at all of this vision in bot lane. Do you see this?
Yeah,
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wards for the red side just around bot lane. You can clearly see that's what they're trying to play against or play towards. And you see Echo, Volibear here, and you see kind of Zed posturing like he's gonna walk bots.
Try going onto Fearflicky. Does get stunned up, looking to see what they can do. They're trying to get on the Volibear. Does use his ulti to get away. Here comes the Zed ulti. Deathmark is down. Braum does get a great knockup. I think the Volibear should go down. Does eventually go down in favor.
Here comes the Zero though. Can he do something?
It's too late again.
Yeah.
This roam, I mean, the first roam he's come through and he's so late.
Oh, they're just gonna re-engage. Oh.
Echo might get stunned up. Doesn't have his ulti available. Does get taken down to about half HP.
Yeah. And I think they're just gonna walk and take the dragon now. Does
Ward can TP in.
Yeah. Do they decide to contest this?
They don't. Did they? I think
close.
Volibear was dead, so there's no real smite for.
Yeah. He still left it a little close. 127 HP is what I saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, now the thing is, you need to do something right now. You have like mid, you're out farming a little bit. Bot, you're out farming. Top, you're behind, and jungle, you're behind. But like, if you look at the overall thing, you're almost 2k gold behind, just because of like a Vanilla Shy and a Scout being so busy, going everywhere, ganking all the lanes, doing all this work.
I mean, but we do see Ornn ulti does come out. Doesn't actually land it, and Enigma's just gonna run it down. Does get one, but he's gonna die to Vanilla Chai, and really not worth it in my opinion, going for the 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, and especially you're just giving more power to Vanilla Chai, who's on this Echo, and you already see him like wreaking havoc all over the map. He has been a part of 8 of the 9 kills in his team, so doing a lot of work on his side.
The interesting thing for me is the fact that Earthbound Deity isn't actually that far ahead of Jean de Paul.
Scout
looking a bit in dire straits. Scout looking to see if he gets Deathmark. Does land the Deathmark. Great flash away. Jean de Paul taking no damage from that in the end.
Yeah.
And that's just gonna peter out to nothing.
Yeah, and that's some stuff expanded by the side of Omnius, but not really. There was more stuff expanded by Ego Team Ferocity, blowing exhaust plus heal flash on the center. So, you know, when he decides to come, when Scout decides to come down again, when this Deathmark is up, you know, they're not gonna have all of that. So it's just gonna make it very tough. But we do see Fearflicky like walking down, and OG's just gonna get a lot of vision. Put down the vision again.
I mean, the concerning thing for me is the fact that mid tower is still up. Scouts roamed like 3 times against a hard farming and hard shoving mid laner, and he's just really not actually
being punished
out at all. We do see this despicable Llama and Jean de Paul getting taken down very low. They were opting for that fight, and they were just straight up losing.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, Curtain Call comes out. Can he get him? Can he snipe him? John Paul, stand still. Just stand still, please. Oh, the patience.
The patience is not paying off. Oh, flash coming from the Volibear, does jump onto the Jin. Jin's getting taken down very low, gets immediately shut down. Meanwhile, Echo flashing off after Jean de Paul does get the kill. Vanilla Chai
Fights
looking
in
for the
mid lane as well.
upgrade. Might even get Despicable Armor here as well. Waiting for the chrono break. Doesn't use it. Meanwhile, the TP is coming through. He is committing hardcore, but here comes the Maud, and Maud's just
Bonk.
going to get an easy shutdown. Actually, it goes to the
Wait,
volley
here comes
there.
on.
But Orn has also joined the fray. Gets taken into the death realm. And if you have Flicky, just going to wait. I don't know if the flash is necessary, but this Maud just getting on this for Orn. Orn's going to dash away, and I think this is just going to be a wet little fight to the end.
Yeah, and we did see an all-in in mid lane from Scout on Deus Ex. He did get away with like 30 HP. There was some chasing them around and stuff like that, but he didn't end up killing him. So yeah, you see that aggression coming up from Scouts. He's sitting on his Yumus and another Styrax, so also rated, sorry, Dirk. So he will be looking to all in Deus or all in almost anyone every time his death mark and his cooldowns up.
So the Z all in the Azir, and the Azir still has barrier and lived. That
Yeah.
man must have some balls, some
I
serious.
don't know if it was up. That's the only thing.
Maybe it just came up just. After.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's just a real man. Bonk.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not-
he's turning around.
Enigma, here comes the Echo trying to get in there. Enigma is trying to beat down Scout, but Vanilla Chai causing a little bit of drama. Enigma gets taken
Oh,
down
that's a lot of
very low.
damage.
Scout is back in. That's going to be his death.
Big shutdown.
Azir picks up a massive shutdown. Vanilla Chai chasing them down though. Is he going to be able to get the double kill? Does actually jump back. Gets snared up by the center. Oh, the Braum passive just comes out.
Ooh, it's unlucky.
Looking for another parallel convergence. Trying to fight his way out of this. Azir is here. Jean de Paul also trying to close in on the Echo. Needs to be a little bit careful. I feel like Echo's going to look for the turnaround.
Yeah, he is 2 levels above the AD carry.
He is. Senna's tickling him.
Oh,
Still-
weird. Cute.
Echo looking
He's
for
gonna
the
turn.
turnaround. Doesn't manage
Okay,
to
John
get it.
Paul spots it out.
I love how they're just leaving this battle tap and they're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you know, our AD carry can just fight the Echo in the jungle. It's fine.
The
Echo
camera
gonna
goes
walk
shots.
straight into the Braum. I mean, I don't know where he's planning on going because she did just auto him.
Ooh, that feels bad for Braum. No assist. Unlucker. And we do see top tower fall in favor of Omnius Gaming. So they equalize the tower score. Unfortunately, the tower that dropped for Omnius was their mid tower. So they don't get a lot of map pressure sacking top lane, but it is not bad at all.
But I mean, those shutdowns, both going over to the volley bit earlier. Ooh, Death Realm does come out in his zero snow.
Oh,
Enigma
he's in
running
big
him
trouble.
down. I don't think he's gonna be able to get away. Ooh, does get the
ooh,
knock.
maybe.
Get away because of that. And
The
Enigma
bonk.
get the kill, the bonk not landing. I was gonna say, you know, with the volley bear getting all of those shutdowns, he did
Yeah.
actually basically equalize his gold with the Echo, as well as with the Z dying to the Azir.
Azir,
Deus
yeah.
Ex also actually overtook the Z now in gold.
Yeah,
So-
and Senna also picking up a bounty on Echo. So, you know, there's a lot of bounties that went over, and you know, now they're all of a sudden back in this game. They were almost 2k gold behind, and now they're even. And like we mentioned, if these assassins don't get super far ahead and get fed, then this game is a lot harder for them to play.
Yeah, I mean,
And there's a huge CS lead in bot. Sorry.
where did I see a stopwatch coming out? I saw stopwatch on the Echo. Oh, that's disappointing.
The CS lead in bot lane is 35 CS or 34, 33 CS. So that is a lot of farm
Yeah.
difference.
Can't disagree with you there. We do see blue side starting up the Rift Herald. They will end up getting the second Rift Herald of the game. And I think they're going
He's
to use
walking over ward.
take down mid turret. I don't think they saw that ward.
Yeah.
Must have been a bug.
Feels bad, feels bad, feels bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are just pushing mid. They looks like they're gonna drop Rift here. Yep. There's the Rift drop.
Ooh,
They might be able to crack the base if they don't answer this. They might be able to crack the base.
Looking to see if we can get on someone. Des does use the Emperor's Divide. Here comes the ulti coming through. Chrono break does come through. Enigma getting taken on very low. Vanilla Chai opting back in. Meanwhile, the Scout does manage to get Deus Ex, but meanwhile, we
Oh.
see Echo also dying. Such a back and forward flash. Oh, wow, back and forth fight. So the Jhin does manage to assassinate
Deus,
someone. It's so scrappy. I'm
It
so
is. It's
confused.
very confusing.
Meanwhile,
Oh, he
what-
does it.
Scout goes
Ooh,
back.
Scout.
He's gonna.
No,
make-
Scout.
He does end up dying. Jin.
The Senna was just free hitting that whole time.
And again, Senna's still like full HP, but Jin is also still full HP. They're gonna try to turn around. Stun doesn't come through from the Ornn, but
this is
looks like
bad.
he's gonna get stunned up next. Does flash, but Jin's gonna be able to pick him up. Actually, the Ornn picks him up. How on earth did that fight go in favor of Omnius Gaming? I do not even understand.
Yeah, no, that was a crazy fight. A lot of back and forth there. I thought, okay, no, Team Ferocity is winning this, and all of a sudden, no, they're not. Actually, Omnius won it. So that was, I want to say well played, but not like it was more. It was very scrappy.
I feel
And,
like
you know,
died, and then they lost all of their damage, basically. But the Senna was still doing work. Like, she was still doing like a little bit of damage, but.
And her mirror mana immune is almost a mirror mana. So then she's going to start hitting a lot harder. So we'll see when that happens. I'm happy to see a lot of good vision control coming out from these teams.
I would really be happy to see Azir just picking up a stopwatch. I know I've already spoken about. Are they actually going to stop the fighting? I mean, the Baron. This is a small.
They see,
in the air.
They see Z bot lane and they decide, listen, can we just rush it down? They're going to try. I don't think they have the damage to do it fast enough. Curtain call comes out.
Oh, here comes Call of the Forge God. They are going to try and get onto the next match.
Big ult.
Very low. The Jin's going to see if they can follow up. Death's Grasp does come through. Scout just suicides in. Does die through to the Azir as well. Meanwhile, Vanilla Chai does get parallel convergence onto two people.
He's done.
Vision comes through. So does Emperor's Divide. They're trying to turn around. Echo ulting back in. Meanwhile, the Jin is just free hitting. They do manage to deal with the Echo, but Deus and Jean de Paul are the only two left. Meanwhile, we have three members up for the red side. Deus trying to do what he can. We've lost the Jin, but he's gonna get clapped by the
That feels bad. And Senna just keeps on living. Like, both AD carries are free hitting, but once their front line is down, it's like, okay, cool, Senna can't do much anymore. Does hit the W on the Ornn.
Gonna flash.
Oh,
forward.
flash for it.
Does get another auto. Keep on autoing.
Oh, good job. Man.
But now she needs to deal with the Jin. Zed running her down. Is Jean de Paul gonna escape?
Yeah, it seems like he's just gonna walk it out. They are still kind of walking towards him. Dragon is up right now. Just came up. So, you know, I don't know if they can actually contest this.
I don't know if it's just me, but this Azir still doesn't have a stopwatch.
Yeah.
Out going in, gets onto Jean de Paul, gonna see what he can do, gets taken down to about half HP. We see the flash coming through from Brom, they're not gonna get him, but Jean de Paul does get shut down with the Ignite.
Yeah, and that is Omnius Gaming on Soul Point, and it is an Infernal Soul. So,
Damage
not looking great. Yeah. It's not looking great for the side of Ego Team Ferocity, even though they is so far ahead in terms of towers and neutral objectives, except for the dragon. Now it becomes way harder for them.
Yeah, I would really like to see a bit more priority on sort of keeping this Senna alive. I mean, I know but she has managed to sort of skate around these team fights and stay alive, but I guess so has the Jin. But now that the Zed kind of finished those two items and has got the empowered Yumus from Ornn, I'm quite worried with like Duskblade as well finished. Like, what side lanes against the Zed? Because I don't think the Mord that's 1 and 4 can actually deal with Scout. We saw Scout jumping on the Mord and absolutely destroying him. We do actually see the Mord TPing in, and I would really have liked
TP.
Just dive in on him.
Yeah, that's a bad TP. Not only because he could have, like, Scout might have been able to do a lot to him, but it's bad because now you don't have TP.
Okay. Oh, looking to see if he can get on parallel convergence. Does come through. Doesn't manage to stun the Senna.
Doing a lot of damage.
Hunting down Vanilla Chai. He does manage to get back. Senna ulti, I think, a little bit unnecessary. They are looking to hunt Vanilla Chai. He's kiting it out though. Does get tagged up on the Winter's Fight. And he is going to get taken out. That's a jungler going down. I think that's a very key moment to focus in on, because they could potentially try and run at the Baron again.
Yeah, see, now this is where we have the problem. Enigma wasting his TP going bot lane there. Now he doesn't have TP and they want to start Baron. He has to walk all the way here.
At least it's a 4v4 without the enemy jungler. I feel like they should still look to start up this Baron, or just posture around the Baron and let Mord push up to the tower.
Yes.
Because then someone's going to have to go to the Maud. And then if someone does show up at the Maud before Vanilla Chai's like respawn, you hard engage on the Baron and you force the Baron.
Yeah. The problem is the person that they sent to answer him has CP. So that just makes it hard. Oh, Scout looking to see if he can do something in mid lane. Ops to back out once he got tagged by the Winter Spite.
I mean, if I'm Scout right now, I'm looking at killing Deus every single fight.
Yes.
Like, I don't think the Senna is doing damage, yes, but I don't think she's doing as much damage as the Azir. And I think if you manage to get rid of the Azir early, Vanilla Chai can just have a field day with Jean de Paul. Like, I don't see him surviving this Echo diving on him. I would love to have seen the Echo go Lich Bane instead of building what I assume is going to be a Death Cap next. But
Yeah. The thing is, to me, I don't know if you've been seeing this, but this Braum has been doing so much work. Just all the CC and the stuns that he's offering, like, it's just making the life hell of Omnius. But they're still even on gold. Omnius is on soul point. It just doesn't feel like they have any tempo. It feels like this game is being run by Team Ferocity. And there's a lot of reactiveness coming from the side of Omnius Gaming. I don't know if you feel the same way. That's kind of just how it feels.
I mean, I feel like Scout is literally... Oh, Scout gets taken down to like almost no HP. They get assassinated. There's a lot of damage coming through.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I said I want to see the Zed just sort of diving in on the Azir, but I don't mean running into 4 people.
Well, you don't literally mean running it down, you know?
Yeah. But we
So
do...
they do start the Baron.
What's starting up the Baron? Curtain Call gonna come out. Please save your last shot, Jin. Okay, Jin's gonna save his last shot. Maybe Jin and the Echo can kind of do a combination. Yeah, I'd love to see it happen. But they rather don't. Echo does go over. Doesn't manage to get... Right, Nasha actually goes over to the center.
That was very close. Feel free he didn't even smite there.
No,
by
he
the
didn't.
way.
He didn't.
That
I'd rather
could
not,
have been
I'd rather not
disaster.
talk about it, you know.
That could have been disaster for the side of Team Ferocity.
But also,
Did you end up picking it up?
yeah, I do feel like the Omnius Gaming kind of don't really... It feels like they don't really understand how they should be running their comp right now. Because, I mean, you can... I know it's your jungler, but you can be side laning with Echo right now in this game.
Yeah.
There's not really much that can sort of deal with him. I mean, I guess Maud can. But, actually, I don't know if Maud can deal with the Echo.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Maud is very far behind, I feel like, in curve. And Echo is sitting on a lot of damage right now.
And you have this massive Zed that's always sort of running at the front line. He's never flanking, he's never coming from like pushing a side lane out. And we do see the dragon is being started. Call of the Forge God does come through. The dragon's already gone. This fight's all for nothing. Deus does manage to get, I mean, caught up on stuff, but Scout's dead already. And it's just down to this poor Jin to try and see if he can win out this team fight, and it really doesn't look good. We do see flashes coming in from the Mordecai. They're on the Jin. They're actually chasing the Karma. They're ignoring the Jin, so Jin is not a priority to them. And
Oh, big knockup.
Taken down. Oh, they both get pulled in, and that's gonna be the ace. And that's just a solid bonk on the head for the Jin.
Yeah, the big bonk. Senna wasn't even there at the end, so...
Well, Senna just gave up. She's just like, you know what, guys,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna end the game while you guys fight.
It's like, I'm a push, you guys enjoy doing that.
It just feels like such a sort of wet teabag sort of game. Like, I feel like Omnius Gaming were totally in the driver's seat. They did such a good job early game, and then it all just fell apart because of bad decision making. They're just gonna end. I mean, why? They shouldn't even worry about the Zed. They should just leave him. He doesn't have to get 1 kill on the Azir, but they can just end the
That
game.
should be GG. Holy, okay, and that is, you know, that is kind of like what we expected. We saw the side of Omnius coming out with a very, very aggressive draft, picking the Echo, picking the Zed, but just like we said, the burden of execution is on the side that picks stuff like that. And we just saw how easy it was to run the comp that Team Ferocity had. It was Senna was free hitting half the time. She was just like relaxing, just hitting people, blah blah blah. Yes, you killed Deus Ex, and okay, cool, you as Scout, but then you die immediately after. And we saw Earthbound Deity really trying his best to keep these fights alive, and Jin does not deal well with tanks. So that's just, yeah, it feels bad for the side of Omnius.
Does really feel bad for the Jin. I mean, he had quite a few fights where he was just sort of the last one remaining, doing as much damage as he can. But like I said, like the assassins also not picking their times to come into the fight really well. The scout just sort of diving in after the Azir repetitively and just almost getting one shot repetitively as well. You know, like your assassin is paper if he's not flanking properly and if his timings aren't correct and he's not picking the right moments to go in. And he never seemed to really pick the correct time, and they just sort of started floundering. I mean, on Soul Point, they weren't set up for the dragon. They probably shouldn't have even gone for that previous fight, but it just felt like the game was just slowly slipping out of their grasps after the early game.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it just made it so hard for the side of Omnius. It's like, if you're not flanking, like you said, as I said, as something like an Echo, you need to get these alternative fighting lines. We saw that Dragon, they all funneled through the same place. Like, everyone knows where they are. You as an AD carry, when you play against a Z, should be scared of your life where the Z is. If he came maybe through mid, maybe through bot lane, came from behind, throw it off their fighting lines. So now you have easy access to the backline because you're coming from some form of flank. But if you're running straight at them, they see you coming and they just bonk you and put
They
you in the
just
ground.
bonk you. I don't even know what was doing so much damage to him. I think it was the Senna, but every single fight,
Yeah.
just the Z never had any really like. He had so much lane priority as well to sort of take over the game, and they never managed to take bot tower. We saw so much diving happening bot and so many things happening, but they never managed to sort of accelerate themselves in the game by getting more towers and
Yeah,
sort of
definitely.
getting the game going. But I don't know if there's really too much else to really point out about this game. I think we're just gonna potentially cut to a little bit of music while we wait for the players to get into lobby and start up the
Yep.
next game. If Kyle could do that for us, that would be amazing.
Okay, perfect. And then we will see everyone.
So help me out of the stress. We've been here for 2 hours. Do you think we should stop? What? No. Back to back, lick the slack. Got my heart going tick tack, hips and the rhythm. Blow up the thermostat. Hop in the back of Daddy's Mustang. Cause she can like da-da-da-da-da. Came up for air, she say don't know what you're doing. But give me more that, more that, more that. Hop in the front of a beat up Cadillac. Cause she can like a Sunday laundromat. Came up for air, say don't know what you're doing. But give me more that, more that, more that. You give me more that. Give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more of that. Give me more, give me more, 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 more. Give me more, give me more of that. Cause I feel myself transform in the heat of the moonlight. Vision of you in your jeans, so breathless I could die. So darling, don't you say you need to head back home. Cause I need more, yeah. Yeah, I need more. Give me more, give me more, 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 more. Give me more, give me more of that. Give me more, 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 more. Give me more, give me more of that. I need more. ugly with all these lies again. I was building this wall of trust, my friend. It isn't easy when you fight for bringing me down. You know I'll be there, can't you see you letting me down? You just know that I'll be
You run in my veins, girl, you everywhere I go. You run in my veins, girl, you everywhere I go. Would you stay a little longer now? Let us take another way. I are running your veins, girl. I'm everywhere you go. You are running your veins, girl. I'm everywhere you go. Would you stay a little longer now? Cause it's taking over way. I really don't know how, but I need you to know. Would you wait a little longer? Hey, there's something that I need to say. I really don't know how, but I need you to know. Oops, I did it well. You might lose your mind. Oops, I let it slide. Oh, so many times. Oops, I did it well. You might lose your mind. Oops, I let it slide. I'm out of time. Cause you're running my veins, you're everywhere I go. Cause you're running my veins, and you deserve to know. Cause you're running my veins, you're everywhere.
Two between Ego Team Ferocity and Omnius Gaming. We did see Ego Team Ferocity pulling it back after a quite abysmal early game to take the victory in the end. We see Echo being banned away by Ego Team Ferocity straight off the bat. They don't want to have to deal with that, and Caitlyn as well straight away. We're not even messing around this game.
Yeah, definitely. They don't want to deal with Vanilla Chai's Echo again, because he was all over the map. He ganked a lot, but you know, still wasn't able to pull the win out in the end. I was curious to see if OG just go back to like a more standard type thing, not running double assassins. If they do, maybe split into the 1-3-1 like we spoke about. So this is going to be very interesting to see what they are going to pull out. It has to be said that Omnius Gaming are fighting for their tournament life. Now they just made their life a lot harder. They have to win this game, and they have to beat Trooper for them to stay in this. But if they lose this game, they're out. That's it. They can't qualify. They will be eliminated from Group A. So yeah, a lot on the line here for the side of Omnius Gaming.
Yeah, even if they lose one game against Trooper, they're done.
Out.
So they have to win this game. Like they have to win this and then 2-0 Trooper in order to stay alive in this competition.
Yeah, and Trooper has been looking very good. So, but right now, if you're OG, you have to focus on this game. Just make sure you pick up this game. Otherwise, you know, the game against Trooper will just be for fun. So they have to focus up. Make sure that they put themselves in a good position after the draft to pick it up. Now we do see the same thing coming out from Team Ferocity, first picking that Volleyball, and then a good answer I feel like is picking up the Graves. I would like to have seen a set into Volleyball. That is a nice little thing that you can play into it, but instead they're up for the Graves. I'm expecting here Ash is up that you can pick, and that is very strong as we all know, but they might just opt for the Gnar.
Oh, please don't pick a top laner early again.
Okay.
No.
So Ash is still up, as we said. Ash is very strong right now. It gives you a nice little engage. You know, Volleyball plus Ash, that can be kind of annoying. So if they could pick up like Ash Karma here, that's very strong.
Ash Morgana.
Ash Morgana is very strong. Ash Zypherr is very strong. Ash basically with any caster support is very strong right now. So that is what I would like to see. Instead, they go for the Shen. Again, showing their hand. The Volleyball is going jungle. And they're going to send the Shen top. Shen very strong right now.
It doesn't really matter because you already know that the Gnar's coming top into the Shen. So expecting to see the Ash pick coming through here.
Yeah.
Either picking up the Karma or the Morgana later. I mean, you can still change it out. But
so there's a lot of stuff you can play with it. But Ash is very strong. Oh, no, they're up for the 0 again.
So not worried about an Ash pick. It's kind of like almost like a little bit of a. It feels like a little bit of a salty run back. You know, like without too many champion changes. I mean, we swapped at the Maud for a Shen, and we've now swapped at the Gnar. Oh no, never mind. We're getting another assassin. It's like we're picking like sort of this like potentially hard farming sort of like, you can think of Graves as like a consistent damage and less of an assassin jungler, but like he's still sort of like, it's still sort of the same thing, you know, tank in the top lane, high damage jungler, assassin mid lane, and now it's playing into a Shen instead of a Maud, so Shen is going to be way more useful. Like there's
Definitely.
way more setup, and now if they don't pinch the AD carry pool harder by like banning Zypherr or getting rid of another really like hard farming or AD carry, I feel like if it's an Azir and something that Jean de Paul can actually like really hard carry on, this game it could potentially just be a stomp.
Yeah, and I mean, Senna's up again, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just decide to opt for Senna again. Like, John Paul
Well,
looked
Senna's
very
banned.
comfortable on it the
Senna's
previous
banned.
game.
Senna's banned.
Oh, it is banned, sorry, my bad. So what, Jenny's available, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Earthbound Deity just run that back, pick that. Callista's still available, which is a very strong AD carry pick that can be played. What else is there really in the bot lane? MF is a shout in the bot lane.
There's Aphelios, there's Zypherr.
Aphelios,
We know Zaya's really good into
Yeah.
assassins like Ari and against teams that want to run at you. Not a lot of people have been playing it,
Let's see if
but
they opt to go for the Jhin again here. I wouldn't be surprised he looked very comfortable. No, instead we're going to see a Kai'Sa. Okay. Okay. Kog'Maw's also still up. They can do some Kog'Maw shenanigans.
Oh, please
No.
don't pick this Kog'Maw. not with this much sort of high damage to jump at the Kog'Maw. I feel
Yeah,
like you
that's,
could even technically go Varus here in this comp. It's not that bad either.
I don't think so. It's bad because you're technically still fighting front to back.
You don't even have to go.
Leona.
But you can go Varus and go sort of the Legolas build, and poke them down from range, and then
Mhm.
you still have the Azir to sort of fill in your consistent damage as a AD carry. In
Yeah,
essence.
100%.
So I don't think that's a bad idea.
I think they'll
But-
probably go for something a little bit more aggressive here in bot lane,
Lucian?
seeing as they picked up the Leona. Yeah, Lucian, maybe even a Vayne. Yeah, Lucian.
Yeah.
Lucian, Leona.
I'm
Double
like
L.
a prophet, dude.
Dude,
I'm
like a prophet. You just
dude.
know.
I just know
You
South
just
African
know.
gameplay, dude.
Lucian, Leona are very strong bot lane. They can really force the. What's
Thresh?
the word?
We're going with Thresh or Nami. What do you think?
I
feel
think
like
they should be picking Karma, but they did try Karma.
again. I think they might pick Thresh. Or
Thresh is good into Leona because you can
even like
flay the
Alex
Zenith
or
later.
something. Or Lux.
Ooh,
That's
Lux.
not bad.
That's not bad. If you've watched my stream, you know I hate Lux. So emotional support and I will have words after this. But you know, good pick. It's very annoying to deal with. Her E is just frustrating. Just throws it down. Light binding can hit you through minions. You can double stun people. You know, but Lucian Leona very aggressive lane. If Lux just throws out her light binding and it misses, Lucian Leona can instantly pull the trigger and someone will die. So it's gonna be. I think there's gonna be a lot of fighting, a lot of craziness in bot lane, like we saw the previous game as well.
Look, I do agree with you, and I'm not really gonna harp on these comps too much because they look like pretty similar to the situation we had in the previous game, with a little bit more engaged coming out from the bot lane for Ego Team Ferocity, and then sort of like a little bit of a role swap here with the top lane where Shen is gonna get bullied a little bit more by the Gnar than the Maud would bully the fucking Ornn. Sorry, apologies, my bad. Anyway, but the other side of this like puzzle right now for me is we just went through a game where we just watched a very easy to sort of pull off comp, absolutely stomp a very like difficult comp. Like and I don't say absolutely stomp in like a nutshell, because the one thing that I do find odd with it was they were still winning the early game, but it just proved
Yes.
that like because the comp was so hard to execute, the team just flopped it. Like they flopped it. They had all of the tools they needed to get ahead, and they were ahead. And then we watched the Zeds sort of run it down into the team, and the team was disjointed and everything. And now we have a sort of very similar hard to play comp with like a squishy Lux, a squishy Kai'Sa, a jungler that doesn't have a safety, like doesn't sort of have a safety pin that he can pull like the Echo can with Chrono Break, and an Ari. You have like these four really squishy champions that need to run at a Shen, a Volibear, or need to try and assassinate something. And let's just like not forget that you're trying to assassinate something against the Shen.
Yeah, which just makes it 10 times harder. But something like, I think the biggest mistake that was made on Omni's side is, how do you start fights? Like, you can maybe start it with like when Gnar transform and with that, but that's very telegraphed and easy to like see. And Azir Shurima Shuffle can just, or the Emperor's Divide can just like nullify that. How do you start fights? Whereas with Team Ferocity, it's simple. You have Leona ult, you have Shen, you have Volleyball. It's simple team comps. It's simple ways to play it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just kill them. Just have simple ways to enter fights and simple ways to fight.
And it's like easy skill shots to land. I know that sounds really stupid, but like a Lux Binding, it's still kind of easy to dodge out. The Gnar ultimate, you know, you can just sort of kite out the Gnar. You don't have to worry about like, you know, you can just wait out his timer, and then now he's a little Gnar. Now you don't have to worry. Like Ori probably also has to dash in. She still has to land a charm. She has to like assassinate someone to make it sort of worth her while. And if Azir has cleanse or barrier again, I'm really hoping he has cleanse, because that'll make his life a little bit easier into Ori. But if Azir has cleanse, I don't really see anyone Ori should be able to just assassinate her, because Lucian should very easily be able to dodge out the Ori charm.
Yeah, and this is the buffed up Ori, the new Ori. I watched the game earlier today of XYZ Reflect playing against Era Millennium, and Dash played it. So basically, for those of you who don't know, her Q's heal changed to her the movement speed changed to the W, and the passive changed, or the Q's passive changed to the actual passive, I think.
Yeah.
Like the healing or something. So it is very strong. Dash played very well on it today. We did see him starting one-shotting people when he didn't like miss his charm. So there is opportunities for that. My whole problem is, again, you're gonna need to have scouts on a flank, getting something done, trying to hit these, hit Lucian, hit a Zero that's gonna sit comfortably in the backline. But that's not gonna be easy if you're just gonna try and run at them, and especially when you have no distraction. How are you distracting this team? You don't have something that can engage like the Ornn you did the previous game. Now you have a Gnar. It's a lot harder for you. So, but I'm hoping to see Scout, you know, get that mid prio again, roam a lot, and actually use his lead this time to pull it through and win the game.
I mean, I'm really hoping to see like Omnius Gaming come out and play their comp the way it's supposed to be played this game. Like, this to me does not look like a proper team fighting comp. Like, this is picks. Like, get some vision clear, let Lux land a binding, let Ori land a charm, pick someone off, get an objective from that. Let the Gnar bully his top lane, let him push. Like, you know, he needs to split push, he needs to become a split push threat. The Graves needs to be in the enemy jungle, needs to soak up the CS, needs to invade, make sure that he's a threat. They need to get that early tempo up and then keep the early game going into the mid game. And if this game gets too late, they lose. Like, they're on a timer, this game is done.
100%.
Anyway, let me count us in.
We're gonna count us in. Let's go.
So, in 3, 2, 1, and go. So, for those of you that are joining us in right now, this is Omnius Gaming's last chance. This is their last stand. If they lose this game, they will be dropping out of the tournament, and yeah, everything's on the line for them at the moment.
Yeah, this is huge. Like, this is literally everything to them. If they don't win this, they are out. Your tournament life is done. Your 2020 VS Championships is over, right? And if you're the side of Omnius, it's everything or nothing right now. You know, you're playing your hearts out right now, and I'm hoping to see them do that, and I'm hoping to see them pull out all the stops and play with no fear and all the confidence in the world, even though they did drop game 1.
Yeah, at least there was still life in game 1. You know, I know we did bash them for playing their team comp wrong, and I think we were just maybe a little bit disappointed by the way the game turned out. But they were in the driver's seat at the beginning of that game, and I do feel like with sort of the builds that with the champions they do have, if they do get going early, I think like the combination of Azure Snow on Gnar and this Graves can really be a monstrous thing to deal with if they get the Gnar ahead of the Shen and they deal with the Shen early. So that the Shen is not as impactful when he does decide to sort of use his last stand, or stand united, sorry, to get across the map and stuff. And Graves is definitely a champion that can take over a game, but he needs to be able to play aggressive, so he needs his lanes to sort of push
Provide
up.
him that,
He needs some tempo in the game from his teammates.
100%. And I'm hoping to see that. I'm expecting to see a lot of aggression from Ego Team Ferocity here in the bot lane. They did play very aggressive the previous game as well. And in this, they have a stronger lane. Ooh, and we have a pause. Support dying Sozzle. Support has ping out of the world. I'm not saying that other word. So yeah, I'm hoping that Scout can do the same thing he did the previous game. Get that mid prio, go roam around, go punish Jean de Paul and Enigma in bot lane for playing this aggressive. And we actually do see Despicable Llama playing top lane and Enigma playing support this game. So the two of them swapped around.
I didn't even notice that. Look at you.
Yeah, I got a big brain.
Oh, dude, all I want to say.
Big brain, big eyes.
How big that boomerang is, dude. Are you looking at the boomerang as well? Look how big that boomerang is compared.
Yeah.
It's like the same size as Noah. Where does he carry that thing, dude?
He's prehistoric. He's strong.
Well, he's strong, but where does he hide it, dude? Is it like under his hat?
Don't
Does he have a
ask
hat?
questions.
He has a little skull on his head. He's hiding it underneath there, or maybe it comes out of his tail.
I think it's the tail one.
I definitely think it's a tail one.
Okay, and the game is being unpaused. So let's get back into the action. Okay, nothing. I don't see anything really strange in Ruin.
They're looking for a gank in the bot lane. He is wrapping around. They are very far forward. Don't know what's happening because we're looking at the top lane right now, but there's lots of flashes coming through. Earthbound died. He's flashing away, but they're going to turn on to emotional support. Bit of a mistake, but they do manage to get two flashes.
4-1, yeah. So that's not bad for the side of Ego by any means. I just had a pause.
I also did, don't worry.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so that we're gonna have to wait and see if Viervliegje comes back bot lane and punishes the fact that they do not have these flashes on. So Deus Ex actually opting for the Hail of Blades this game instead of the lethal tempo that he ran the previous game. I'm guessing that's just matchup specific. So I'm not 100% sure if someone in chat wants to educate me on what you run on a 0-win. Feel free. But yeah, right now I'm not 100% sure why he opted to change.
I feel like Hail of Blades is definitely more bursty, especially if you're just looking for a quick trade with the Ahri and then trying to like sort of push out your lane quickly.
Ooh, Zena plays hit.
Luck getting snared up, and she's just gonna go down, and she's got absolutely delete.
Yeah, and we see even though Enigma's playing bot lane now and Despicable Llama's playing top, there's no beat. Like they didn't skip a beat by just going straight up aggressive in the spot lane. And that's what we said in Champion Select. You pick Leona Lucian, it basically says, I want to fight. And if you don't want to fight, that's fine, but I want to fight.
And I mean, this is the gameplay that like Jean de Paul seems to really enjoy. But we do see trying to see if we can get onto Despicable Llama. They're not going to do much, just take a couple tower shots. But even in the previous game, we saw like them playing so aggressive in the bot lane. And just trying their best to sort of put Earthbound Deity and emotional support behind, and I feel like it was the other players impacting lane. Oh, is here flashing in. Does get Scout.
Oh, he's dead.
And Deus is gonna die.
If he cleansed earlier, he might live there, but that was just unnecessary cleanse after that. But you know, seeing that opportunity, not a bad thing at all. Trying to pull the trigger there, and we see the side of Team Ferocity playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah, most certainly. We do see small CS advantages also coming through in the bot lane and in the mid lane so far. So we have to keep an eye on that because I do think that Scout is really struggling in this matchup at the moment. I don't think Ahri is... It's not as easy of a matchup. I know it sounds odd because Ahri is technically ranged, but Azir does really like... He can walk up to you more. Well, he can walk up to you more. He doesn't have to worry about you sort of like dashing in onto him.
Lux is roaming mid. Lux roaming mid. Sorry to cut you off, but Lux is all of a sudden mid. Ooh, that light binding.
They're missing everything.
Ooh, he walked into the drop. What? Scout, no! Scout's like, oh, that's not gonna hit.
Trying to get on the emotional support. Takes him super low. Does he have flash? It does have flash.
He did flash.
Need to flash there, but did anyway.
But he did. Scout not thinking he hits the charm and then just decided to opt to go for the minions, and we saw a weird little gag the top lane. Never mind, ignore me.
Oh, this feels so bad. third attempt of ganking the Shen in the top lane. They're not getting anything from it because they keep ganking this little small Gnar. They're actually going to pay for it by losing the first Drake of the game as well.
Yeah, and that was a kind of weird roam from John Paul going up mid. You don't see AD carries like roam that often, especially this early into the game. But you know, it ended up working out, and he picks up a kill and a bounty.
Flicky getting caught out, he's taken down by Kaiser. He's just gonna die.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that happening right now. Like I can't really. Ooh, we do see.
Fight mid lane.
He's gonna see. Does get knocked back. Can't jump through the wall, can she? I don't think she can.
No, I don't think she can.
Azir though, but deciding not to.
Yeah. And you know, we said Desex, you know, playing aggressive, but Scout is he keeps hitting these charms, and eventually he's gonna start hitting like a truck. And if you get hit by a charm, fights bot lane, Zypherr hits.
And Earthman getting taken down super low, forced to heal it out, and this lane is looking so scary. This Lucian doing so much damage with BF sword already completed.
Yeah, BF into tier.
Yeah,
it's just not great. But it, as we said, nice little double light binding there from emotional support. But guys, if you're playing AD carry and you're building tier item, you build the pickaxe first. Okay, otherwise stuff like this happens. Top lag. That's not what happens, but what happens is people or you, like, your laning phase is severely worse. Well, it would have been worse regardless, but wouldn't have been this bad.
Yeah, it does like kind of hamper your ability to trade, especially if the Lucian is sitting with a BF up on your head. Like that's quite a scary difference. It's quite a stark difference at the end of the day. We do see some small glimmer of hopes coming through in favor of Omnius Gaming, with the Graves picking up quite a bit of a CS advantage over the Volibear at the moment. I do think they are like fighting over the chickens right now. I'm not entirely sure.
And he is 2 levels above Flicky right now. So, I mean, Vanilla tried being very busy and doing a lot of work on those Graves. And obviously, he can't have the same impact he did the previous game that he did with the Echo. But he has gone top twice. And, you know, usually people, the prevailing logic is that you gank the lane with a global. So they're trying to gank the Shen, but they're just not getting anything done in that top lane.
Yeah, but I mean, he has kind of put a lot of resources into top lane, and it's nice to see that he hasn't been punished too hard for it, for his team. Oh, I froze.
Balls, yeah, same, don't worry.
Because I mean, that Volibear did die early, and I think that cost him a lot in terms of like Graves counter jungling his whole top side.
Yes.
He decided to show in the bot side, and I think it's one thing that's really interesting to sort of point out to players that are new to League of Legends, is that you do need to realize, like, you as a jungler just showing up on the map, or even potentially dying anywhere on the map, if you haven't cleared your opposite side of the jungle, you are opening yourself up to like a severe punishment. Because if you look for a gank, it's the same principle as with roaming.
Ooh, Vanilla tries bot lane.
I think
Do they know?
He's gonna walk straight into the Leona. Does get stunned up.
Ooh, Shen ult.
There is a TP coming through from the north. They are gonna flash through, a little bit of miscommunication. Shen trying to fight them off, but here is Azure Snow. Enigma turns around to try and get the stun off. They do get the light on, follows through, but Minotaur he's taking them very low.
Ooh, he snipes him.
Snipes him with a W. Sneaky W? Is that you?
That was very sneaky, very, very sneaky. Very well played there from John Paul. Just turns around the aggression. Ooh, light binding hits again.
I think he's gonna dive that one. Doesn't get the kill. Gives him nice and 300 gold shut down.
Yeah, from 0 to 0 there, hitting a nice little W. Maybe was feeling himself a little bit too much and trying to get in there and fights in mid lane. It's a lot of damage.
Ari forced to use the Spirit Rush to run away.
Yeah, that always feels bad when you're an Ari or anything with a guy. Ooh, he tries to turn around.
You know, I was about to say I hope she doesn't go back in and die. I just like, I honestly felt like it was coming.
You're very connected to these teams, I feel like, Roidzz.
You know what? I feel like I've sort of like, because I haven't been playing the game so much, and I've kind of like, you know, degraded down to this gold mid laner. I feel like I can channel what they're thinking.
What he thought was,
I can land the charm and outplay him. He doesn't have claims. He didn't even need to use claims at the end of the day. But
yeah, he was thinking, no, guys. I had to use my Spirit Rush, and I used one charge. I might as well use my other one, so I'm just gonna turn around and try and outplay him. What?
Three? You have three, yeah.
Yeah, you have 3, yeah.
Oh no, dash is forward firing 3 essence bolts. Yeah.
It can be casted up to 3 times.
Ooh, now going aggressive. Looking for the Shen. Shen does have a level advantage over the Gnar.
Yes,
Only a slight
even though
level.
he's down in CS.
Yeah. I think that's
But
probably
once-
just from the Graves ganking that lane so much. Like honestly,
Yeah.
the Graves has basically been a top laner this game.
Yeah, and he's only down like 1 wave, and now we see Graves is taking the top side of Viervliegje, of the volley bear, and that can't be fun if you're the volley bear. You're almost down double the CS. Okay, it's not that bad, it's more like 30 CS, but yeah, it's just not nice when you go into your jungle and there's nothing there.
But dude, this is what Vanilla Chai needed to do, and this is what I was saying before in the pregame that we do
Ooh.
see Dares going very aggressive on the scout, but oh man,
Scout missed everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See
Oh,
Vanilla
Vanilla
Chai.
Chai.
This. Here comes the Emperor's Divide. Chai just gonna run him
Oh,
down.
volley bear's on his way.
Olivier coming. Here comes the Ori. The ulti comes through
Ooh.
from Volley, and Vanilla Chai is just gonna sacrifice
Yeah.
to the bear.
I mean, DayZ was literally free hitting him, like getting something like 6 autos off there, and you know, and they just easily pick it up.
Dragon number 2? Is it on the cards?
It must be. Looks like if they have Prior, but they had Prior mid, they could walk first.
On
Ooh,
the
don't
fourth,
face
on
it.
the left?
Ooh, just insta flash.
I mean, would you not? Do you blame her? I would insta
No,
flash.
not at all. Not
Keep
at all.
one-shotting me. Ooh. No, use your spell, bro. No, you use your Q. You use your Q when he's in there, man. But yeah, it's a little bit like I said. Like I liked to see Vanilla Chai doing what he's been doing and sort of getting in the
Ooh, trying to
in the top lane. But I think Nars safe. Ooh, another
Oh,
Zenith
Zenith
Blade
Blade.
lands. Solar
Ooh,
Flare
he
doesn't
missed
land,
something.
but I mean,
Too
this
much damage.
doesn't matter. They're just too far behind right now. Or literally,
Yeah.
the other team are just too far ahead.
Yeah, and he's going the SS Reaver build on the Lucian, which I kind of like. They're gonna fight a lot bot lane. I don't think they're gonna take their foot off the pedal here at all.
Already looking for the road.
Ooh, okay. That's a dead.
They get emotional
That's-
support. The stun United does come up.
Ooh,
The guy
this could
has
be bad.
entered. Ooh, the stun coming through. Doesn't manage to land. Enigma's gonna go down. They do get the double kill.
Double kill for Ori.
What? How did the Lucian die? So fast.
But to the Ori.
I'm blind, dude. I swear. Like, I don't even know if I'm casting the right game.
Oh, here comes
Ooh,
Deus
he
Ex.
does get the scoop in. But here comes the Kaiser following afterwards, but they're just gonna pick on the Chai instead.
Yeah, that feels bad.
Scooped and then dunked, dude. How did the Lucian die? I need to go back on stream quickly. I'm so confused. Was it on stream? Did I just miss it?
It was on stream. Because
No, I just didn't see it.
everything
I
is
saw
on stream.
I saw him die.
I saw him get popped.
Sorry guys, I'm just so distracted, but I can't believe I missed the Lucian dying.
It happens. It happens to the best of us, Alex. And we do see a 2k gold lead. Oh, and another DC. People do not want to play today. They're like,
Oh,
no.
there we go. There we go.
It's
Yes,
so
sir,
nice.
right. Okay, so I did see what happened in that fight. Now I do understand. The Graves kind of just
Popped him.
bopped him, and then the Ori landed a Q that Assassino
Yeah.
didn't do.
Assassino.
Assassino.
But yeah, we do see a 2k gold lead for this side of Team Ferocity, and right now, something needs to happen for Omnius, or it's bye-bye bears, you know, so it's not going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, look, it is looking quite scary, especially with this Lucian. Like, Lucian is like the only questionable pick really here, because he doesn't have, like, he doesn't scale super well because he has such a short range. But
Yeah.
because he's so accelerated in this lane with the amount of gold he has, considering he's on 89 CS comparatively to his lane opponent, he's 2k
Yeah.
gold up at 13 minutes, which is massive.
Oh,
What is going on? All the players are just disconnecting and reconnecting. But like,
yeah.
he's so huge, and Azir is already like super happy to just sit back and let this game go late. Because provided he picks up a tiny bit of magic resist, which I mean, I don't think he will do this game, but provided he does, there's not really much that can kill him.
A summoner.
Or
Yeah,
that should be
definitely.
able to get onto him at least.
Maybe just a QSS for like if he gets hit by a random charm or light binding, that might help. But like he's just gonna keep fighting. You're looking at him. He has boots completed, Essence Reaver completed, against a pickaxe and a tier in the bot lane for the side of Earthbound Deity. But yeah, it's not gonna be fun because it's not like they're gonna stop fighting. You know, the one thing we saw is that they keep on wanting to fight, and that's just gonna keep on happening in bot lane.
Oh, one thing I'd really like to see is, I know Enigma is looking to sort of rush this item, which name I really cannot remember today. I'm really having a bad day. it's an item that when you ult it puts like that slowing shield around you, or when you're
Yes.
you link to. But instead of doing that, like I feel like there's so much value on Leona right now on this comp, getting a Mikhails. Like if you have Mikhails, your Lucian is safe. Like he won't get hit by
Yeah.
random fighting and get locked up and just die. You can save the Azir, who late game is your insurance policy if he doesn't misplay. Even if he does misplay, then you've got the Mikhails to sort of save him.
Yes.
But yeah, isn't it? It's a Zeke something, isn't it?
Zeke's Herald.
It's not Zeke's Herald.
No.
It's
What's
Zeke's
Zeke's Herald?
Harbinger or something. That funny item that I'm thinking of right now. I can't. Why am I just so retarded today?
I don't know. Does your brain not work today?
I think so. Yo, this is a long pause. I'm literally gonna go look through items in League of Legends. List of items.
List of items in Lego
List of
Legends.
items in League of Legends. It is called a. Oh no! Wait. This is what happens when you get really good internet, guys. You still have to wait for the pages to load. It is called Zeke's Convergence. There we
Zeke's
go.
Convergence. I just found it as well.
Zeke's
Convergence. Someone in chat also said, "Listen, guys, we're not dumb. It's just Sunday, and some of these names, you know, we forget. We're sorry.
I mean,
We might be a little dumb.
maybe you're not dumb. But I don't know if I can-
Don't speak for me. I'm dumb.
Don't speak for me. I feel really dumb today.
It happens. While we have this pause, for those of you who don't know, at 8:30 tonight we will be casting the Royalty versus GG game. It's a very hyped game. It's gonna be a good game, so make sure you tune in then. I am looking forward to it as well. How are you looking forward to it?
Oh,
Alex.
I mean, I definitely think the quality of League of Legends might be a little bit better than the games that we're currently casting. But right now, I'm trying to put all my focus and energy into this game, as we are coming out.
We are back.
We are
And
back.
look at them just running at him. That's a
So this
deadlocks.
4 Lux is just up and
Yeah.
frozen again. Oh,
Yeah,
flash! But Lucian, I think Lucian got bound there.
Yeah, he
light
did. He got
binding
hit by the light binding.
That's
Lux
Lucian
just
is-
saving Earthbound Deity from death.
Ooh, now looking to go in, going on Despicable Llama, getting some really favorable trades.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, okay, so Spartan, I'm gonna ask you the question.
Yes, hit me.
You are Omnius Gaming. How do you get back into this game right now?
I punish this super aggressive bot lane. Like, it seems like they want to do with Vanilla Chai. Shove out your mid lane, get Prior, have Scout in Vanilla Chai, walk down bot lane and try and punish them. But you can't do it alone, because they are fed. Don't forget that.
Oh, and that just feels so bad watching the Graves just suicide. And here comes Jean de Paul looking for the double kill. Meanwhile,
oh,
Dave
Scout?
gets caught out. Scout's hunting him down. Does still have one more Spirit Rush.
There
Should
we
get
go.
this
He does
shut
get him.
down. I mean, that's a
Okay.
start. But you had to sacrifice 2 members. Despicable Llama taunting in, just giving Gnar the kill, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, that charm
few
was
flicking.
well, here comes the flash in. Volleyball looking, but here is
John
the
Paul is
Lucian.
hungry.
Jean de Paul on a rampage, dude.
Yeah,
Like, taking
Jean de
over
Paul
this
is-
game. 8 for 2 at 14 minutes.
And 50 CS ahead. 50
Man,
CS.
I'm
That's
expecting to see
crazy.
the solution of the IE. He's gonna go the full crit ball. Come on, make me
Yeah,
cry.
it's 4k gold ahead. 4k, that's a whole item.
Dude, he is the gold difference
He's
right
sitting on 2.3k in his pocket right now.
now. Well, that's what I'm saying, but he is the gold difference. Like,
Yeah.
literally in the game.
Yeah, he's so strong right now.
Vanilla Chai jumps over, doesn't get the Rift Tail. I think he's just gonna die for this. Oh, Solar Flare comes up and no one can follow up. I definitely feel like if you want to get in this game, you gotta be definitely got to be committing more than just 2 people to the spot lane. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
more than one
100%.
person. Sorry, your Ori needs to be following up with that Graves, man, because that
Like, he
poor
had the
Graves-
right idea, but like nothing's there, and it's not like Vanilla Chai is really strong right now.
I mean, it was also a 2v2, hey? Don't
Yeah,
forget
it was a
that,
2v2,
Like,
the
the
Lux
Lux was
wasn't
still
there.
walking back from base.
Yeah, 100%. So there wasn't even that CC to kind of keep Jean Paul standing still, you know. So it's it's just hard for the side of Omnius right now because Jean Paul is very big and it doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon.
I also would have really liked to see the Merc trades coming out on the Zypherr. I don't really think the pen boots are super necessary in this comp, especially considering the fact that
Oh,
we
okay.
do Gnar ulting the shit.
This is a wet noodle fight
This
here
is
in the
just a
top
wet
lane.
noodle fight. I do think the Gnar should win this out, especially when he does go
Yeah.
more Gnar. But yeah, I definitely think the Merc trades would help because I mean, like no one's really gonna build too much magic resistance coming through on the side of Omnius Gaming, apart from maybe the Gnar, but Gnar looks like he's looking to go into the 1v1 build anyway.
Oh, and everyone just walking up to all of them, says hi, and then leaves. That's kind of strange. He
He
just
wants the
keeps
blue
on
buff.
walking.
He wants
he's
the
not
blue
dead.
buff. Oh, Zenith Blade does land. They're going to Vanilla Chai. They do get scooped back. Graves is going to get taken down.
Oh, gets
Wonderful is
another.
unstoppable, and that's another dragon. Going over.
Another on soul point. So this is scarier and scarier. It's kind of like game 2. They figured out Omnius and Omnius is having a tough time.
Are we looking for the... Does she go in? Oh, she lands it. Does she spirit rush over? They do get
Yeah.
1 kill. But this...
Okay,
that's
sign of
why
life.
they need to play the game. Like getting those little picks, but this Lucian
Yeah.
is so huge right now.
Like
That-
the thing is, if Lucian doesn't get QSAs, you can do something, right? If you hit him with something by accident, even not on purpose, you can kill him. So, yeah, that is something they need to look at as well right now.
I really hate that they disabled the summoning on the Rift Herald sort of thing. Like if you CC
where you
someone
can
while they're
cancel it.
summoning it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
feel
was
like-
cool.
I feel like that was cool. Like,
I
we
thought
do
so too.
see Man United coming through. Are they going to look for the fight? This is a 5v5 or a 4v5.
Yeah, Enigma's not there.
Ooh, Despicable Homer looking for the fight. We do see the
Ooh,
fact-
Pete's
four-man Scoop coming through from the Azir, but the Gnar does get a 4-man Gnar ulting to the wall, but I think it's a little bit too late. Team is just too far behind. We do see Eternals getting taken down super low. We do see the
PNG?
Zypherr using Killer Instincts to get in. Ooh, Jean Paul so low.
Ooh.
Nobody
That
has
was a
another
big scoop.
binding lands. How long until the Lux ulti is up? Final Spark still on cooldown for about another 30 seconds or 40 seconds. Ooh, but
Yeah, Dave's X with a
Oh,
big
yeah,
boy
from the
scoop
Spirit
there.
Rush, they're gonna get the big shutdown going over in favor of Scout.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to run it down.
Oh, another charm.
Ori does manage to land another charm. They are looking to turn onto the Shen. This is gonna be another bit of gold going over.
And I mean, all of this is significant. Now it's, again, like, less than the 2k gold lead for the side of Team Ferocity. And it has to be said, like, Scout doing a lot of work, but also Azure Snow with a big boy Norald on that Tri-Brush. And, you know, he is one of the signs of life. He's 40 CS ahead. He's 2 for 1. He's doing pretty well. But Scout right now is who I have my eyes on. Because if he hits Jean Paul with a charm, Jean Paul should just die.
I mean, he definitely should, but that's why he should be looking to opt to get this QSS, or at least for
100%.
Leona. Even if that's not the case, I think Leona should definitely look to get Mikhail's. I don't think Leona really needs to be like super tanky. Like, she's there to sort of drop all of her cooldowns and then blow up someone. And I think against this team, that's quite easy for her to do. Ooh, we see
Yeah.
a 3-man move coming in the top lane here for Omnius Gaming. They're going to see if they can potentially get Jean Paul down again. I wonder if he's still worth any gold. No, he's not. Oh, here comes
Oh,
another sweep.
another
Lane, but
scoop.
Ori is here. They're going to go straight onto this.
Ooh.
Way more than he can chew.
Look at the damage, man.
Dude, that
Oh,
Lucian is a big boy. Going the full crit bull.
yeah.
If they don't CC him, I'm really interested how these fights are going to go. Scout does get
No,
spotted
he's just
out.
gonna kill everyone. If he doesn't get seized, he's just gonna dash around and kill everyone.
I mean,
Huh?
like Kai'Sa is also starting to like come back in this game.
Yes,
She
100%. She did pick up some kills there.
And she is like, I've been playing a lot of Lucian mid lane, and Kai'Sa is actually quite hard to deal with because she does get the shield from the killer instinct. So she can, if she does manage to get some items or is sort of even with you, which she's not at the moment in this game, but she can burst you. On Lucian.
Yeah.
She manages to land the Prey Seeker before she jumps to you. You already take quite a healthy chunk of HP or quite a healthy chunk of damage. And she can
Ooh,
just
but another
try. Zenith Blade! No,
Just
no,
like
come
that.
on, throw it! We're just like all sitting here like waiting.
Scout again. Scout doing his best to carry, but his internet says no.
Yeah, it's putting me to sleep, all these pauses. I don't know how professional casters do this, man. Like, how do you deal with all these pauses? And I mean, they're dealing with like 30-40 minute pauses in LCK.
Yeah, that's
at the
kind of
moment.
crazy.
We gotta sort of kill a man's soul, you know, eventually.
No, 100%. So I'm trying to see like how they get back into it. They're not out yet, right? Scout doing well. Earthbound Deity doing well. It's
they're back
about
on.
if they can get these picks. Ooh, they might.
But this is how they need to play. They need to use the sort of fog of
He's by
war.
himself. He is by himself. So
Yes, no, just running down Despicable Llama, and he's
Yeah.
looking very unhealthy. Nod
That's
into
a
the
dead
wall.
shit.
That's a dead.
Oh!
Oh, great flag.
what?
Another pause gonna come through though, as the mid laner still hasn't connected.
No, he didn't.
They didn't
No,
connect.
that's how he's
disconnected. I don't know if they know he's disconnected, but we do see Enigma getting taken down very low.
They're
Hey,
reconnected.
it's just tanking the tower. He's gonna
Dice.
sacrifice himself. But Vanilla Chai also probably gonna die for this. Actually, he might run away. Dash does come through from the Lucian. He gets a crit on the Graves. Graves is gonna go down. But here comes the Ori. Manages to get a charm onto Fearful. He's gonna get taken down very low. Forced to flash away. The culling does come out.
Ooh.
Nothing really gonna come from it. But this is just before Dragon. And the jungler is dead again.
Yeah.
And the Lucian does a lot of damage. Are they looking to set up a bush gang? So many sweepers out.
I mean,
Lucian's
this
not
is
on
soul
the
point. This is soul.
They might even be able to
Soul
fight
forward.
if they pick this up, hey. Ooh, Preyseeker
Ooh,
does
good
land.
dodge.
Gnar gets the ult, he gets the snipe. We do
And Lucian is taunted.
Lucian's dead, he's gonna go down. And
What the
Earthbound Deity just getting to free hit this fight. I mean, they did just sacrifice the Lucian for the Baron. I mean, for the Dragon, sorry.
Yeah.
And I
true.
don't think that's an entirely a mistake. But they can now just, Omnius can just look to force the Baron. And I'm hoping they're just going to walk up to Baron and force it.
Yeah, they should. I mean, yeah, sure, Scout is dead, which is one of your strongest members. But you still have Kasi, and what we know about Kasi is she can do objectives very fast, even though she does not have her Rage Blade yet.
She doesn't have a lot of items, so I don't think it's going to be as quick as we expect. And Azir does have the potential to kind of make a big
comes
play
Shen.
here. There comes the Shen, looking for the charm, does get binded up, but
Ooh,
yeah,
Lux
chunking
low.
down the Lux, and oh, the
Nice.
Gnar does look to get the Gnar into the wall, does manage to get onto the Azir. Azir getting taken very low, final spark comes out, he's going to go down. Meanwhile, Despicable Llama getting taken very low. He's trying to do it and see what he can do, but the Lucian has arrived, putting up the damage. Culling does come up. Earthbound Deity is just going to get taken out. Jean de Paul,
Jean de Paul, the big boy.
Turn over onto the Dragon. I mean,
Now Tri's going to try and steal
Get
this.
it? Oh, they're looking for the steal. They're really low. Like, if they steal, they're
Yeah.
probably. Oh, he goes over the wall. They're going to see if they can commit to it. They will end up getting the Dragon instead. And they do pick up. Sorry, when I keep saying they, I do mean Team Ferocity do end up picking up the Graves. On top of that, Vanilla Chai moves over to being 1-7.
Yeah, he's really having a tough game, this game, compared to the previous game where it looked like he was doing a lot and being all around the map. It feels like he's forcing a little too hard with Graves and playing a little bit too up front, because he's just dying repeatedly.
Yeah, and this Lucian just so massive in this game. Yes, he does.
Yep.
Has been dying in a couple of these team fights as he doesn't. Oh, we do see the Mikhails finally done.
There we go.
There we go. So I'm a little bit less worried for this Lucian now. Ooh, Scout, sneaky Scout, looking for the little wraparound. Here comes the Gnar. I do think his Gnar ball is
he
the missile
missed.
start. Does flash away from the Lucian. Very questionable. But here comes the Gnar.
Can they not get a big ult?
Doesn't manage to get a massive knock. Gets 2 people. Doesn't knock him into more. Shane
Oh,
comes
good
through.
taunt.
Massive taunt. That's going to be the support going down. Good culling comes through. Jean de Paul picks up 1. Looking to see what he can pick up next. Empress Divide is on cooldown, so that's not going to be coming through anytime soon. Another try touching out the Zenith Blade. This is going to be an all-in dive, I feel like.
Oh, the damage, man. Oh, my word.
Red flashing afterwards. Earthbound Deity getting taken down super low. Scout doing what he can, but I think it's all but over.
It's just a John Paul show. Oh, another
He's already going down, and that's got to be a game at this
That
point.
has to be GG. And it's just a John Paul and Enigma show here in the bot lane right now.
Earthbound Deity, Killer Instincts is up. Can he potentially make
they
the
get
big
one.
boy play?
Volibear is down. The wave is on its way. Do they up to go for this? Oh,
Comes through.
Scout disconnected again.
Jean de Paul just hitting the tower. They're looking in.
Oh, they're
Empress
trying
Divide does come
Wait.
through. Ooh,
John the Paul going on
aggressive.
Lux.
Gets taken down to half HP. Kaiser is here. The does manage to get 1. Very lucky that Gnar changed over there. If he was still a mini Gnar, he could have potentially procced the Frozen Mallet there. Vanilla Chai looking to go in, going a little bit too aggressive.
Again.
Culling comes
Oh,
up
you
again.
oh, you don't
Tied to the red buff, I think, or gets danced. But John the Paul playing off way more than he can chew there, and just once again just donating 900 gold to someone.
Yeah, that's not great. That's not what you want. And that goes to the Kaiser. Kaiser is a shining light right now in this team for Omnius Gaming. It has to come down to the combination of her and Ori doing something amazing. Maybe a big ultimate from the Gnar. We saw him do it earlier. And right now it's like it's make it or break for their tournament lives.
Yeah, and I mean Vanilla Chai dead once again, 1-9 on this Graves, not putting a very inspiring performance through, and with this Elder Drake coming up in 1 minute, you have to wonder if he's gonna be able to stay alive on the map for long enough to actually be able to use, like potentially use his smite to contest this Drake.
Yeah, 100%. And it's not hard for them to even contest it because, like, you have to walk through that jungle where if you get hit by solo play, the solution's just gonna melt you. You know, and yeah, it's just looking very hard for the side of Origin. Oh, not Origin.
And I mean,
I mean Omnius.
even the lane assignments. Oh, Graves gonna get caught out again. Does try to turn it around, but just gonna walk away. Even the lane assignments right now. Kaiser's still top. Dragon spawning in 37. Like, they need to sort out the lane assignment. They don't have TP up on the Gnar, so I don't know how exactly they're gonna deal with the minions in the top lane. Beautifully, he gets caught out by the charm. The Q from Ori doesn't land.
Yeah.
Culling comes through. Ooh, Earthbound Deity's taking. Yeah, here comes the Killer Instincts, but the Shen Stand United's already there. And Earthbound Deity's gonna actually end up dying. Meanwhile, the Solar Flare doesn't land onto the Gnar. Azir is probably the last hope. Does look to see if he can get a Gnar ult. He'll only manage to get 2. Great Flash Taunt comes through. Jean de Paul staying alive with just a fraction of HP. Triple kill going over to him. Can we see the first pentakill? I really want to see it. I really want to see it. He does have cleanse up. We do see Snare coming through. That's going to be the Quadra. Come on, Penta, boys. Come on, Penta. Give me the Penta. Oh, the light binding does come through. That's the flash from Lux. Lucian's chasing her down. That's the pentakill going over to Jean de Paul, and that's going to be game. And what a brilliant way.
GG, well
Close the
played.
game. Oh.
Team Ferocity, and sadly, I mean, even though they have another game to play against Zypherr, sadly we have to say goodbye to Omnius Gaming. Statistically or like mathematically, there's no way for them to get in anymore. And that just feels bad, but you know, they fought valiantly through all the pauses, through all the, you know, troubles with the internet. They tried, and unfortunately this year, this is where their story ends.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we haven't gotten to cast many of their games, this being their first, but there was still some shining rays of light, you know. I think Vanilla Chai in the first game did look to put a quite good performance up, and I think Scout also playing quite well in the first 2 games, especially during his laning phases. I think he was a bit more impressive in the first game than he was in the second game in terms of laning phase. But I definitely think there is hope for these teams, and it is nice to
Definitely.
see new players. But Jean de Paul putting up a great
Well,
performance in both of the games, and
yeah.
looking like a really, really solid sort of player in these games. And these games really needed someone to sort of, take the game by the horns and just drive it to the victory, and that's what he did in both games.
Yeah, 100%. And looking clean doing it. So he played very over aggressive, I felt like game 1, and Omnius was able to punish it with Z rams and stuff like that. But game 2, it was just non-stop aggression, and they couldn't really do anything about it, and he was dominating. And the combination of him and Enigma, and you see the damage on the screen. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Team Ferocity can pull out coming into the next games.
1 second.
And we do have, he said 1 second, we do have our MVP of the split
Or
the
split
game.
of the game.
of the
Oh,
game.
give me that MVP of the split.
Jean de Paul joining us here in the channel. Welcome, Jean. Well played in your games.
Oh, wrong camera.
I think I was probably supposed to wait to let you in, or wait to invite you in, but I'm sure Kyle will make a plan.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Hello.
But I'm gonna let you ask him some questions while I turn my lights on.
I got some questions. First of all, why so mad? Why you keep fighting?
Oh,
Why do you just want to kill everyone?
There's some things that are just in my blood. I just gotta go for that play when I see it, and I just gotta do what you gotta do to get those wins.
Okay, yeah, and it has to be said, you guys coming into this game, if you lost, there wasn't a chance that you would be knocked out, seeing as they would have gone 2 points and you're on 2 points. But now, officially clutching, going through to the next stage, to the bracket stage. Okay, no worries, don't worry
Another
about
coming in to congratulate me.
Well, we are also here to congratulate you. But having that being said, you're going into the next stage, 100%. You're already through. Does that give you some sigh of relief? Does that make you feel okay, cool? We can chill now for at least a little bit until you have to go play in those bracket stages.
We're for sure gonna be celebrating this win. It's a good feeling to, after having that rough start, really coming out and getting those W's, being able to go on to the next stage. So we're gonna take our time, celebrate this win for now, but then we're gonna tomorrow's a new day, and we're gonna go ahead and focus back on practicing, getting ready for our next opponents, and seeing how far we can take it.
No, definitely. Alex, do you have any questions, or do I just barrage?
How disappointed are you that you just got an unofficial pentakill instead of an actual pentakill?
I mean, of course, it would have been nice to actually have the official penta on the screen. And as you guys know, if it doesn't say penta, it wasn't a penta. So
It doesn't count. Yeah, unofficial.
Yeah, it doesn't count. But you know what? I'm not really someone who's all about that KDA or whatever. I just want to get the W, and I'm just happy that we got it. If I get all the kills, that's good. Money in the bank, I guess. But yeah, I'm just happy that we got it.
No, definitely. And moving forward, you guys have played ADK and people like that. Moving forward, like, who do you think will be one of like your toughest challenges facing like brackets, going now into bracket stage?
I haven't looked that much into our opponents yet, so that's just some preparation that we're gonna get into now. Because we just like I've said many times, and I preach, we just take it one game at a time, one opponent after the other, and just take it step by step. So I think for the upcoming brackets and the upcoming opponents, we're just gonna have to just scout them and do the preparation that we usually do. Zypherr is always on top of that. He's always great at getting all the information that we need to not get us caught off guard by some random pick. But I think, honestly, our biggest opponent is going to be ourselves. Because when we play how I know we can play, I feel like we can beat anyone.
100%. And then you guys banned Zypherr for some reason, game 1. Can you tell me what happened there? Or did you mean to ban Zed?
That was supposed to be a different ban.
What was it supposed to be?
I can't really get into too much of the specifics of what we're because I'm not trying to give out any information to our opposition. But it was definitely not supposed to be a Xayah, seeing as there was already a Jhin picked, and the chance of them playing Jhin mid is kind of low, and they'd be trolling.
Yeah, we were thinking about that too. Okay, perfect. Do you have any other questions, Alex, or are we gonna?
No, I'm pretty good.
Okay, perfect.
Just wanted to shout out that I'm really proud of our team. We had a rough start, and it's easy for a team that starts off like that to just break down and just be in it to, like, I don't know, just going through the motions and stuff like that. But we really went back to the chalking board and did all the stuff that we had to do, so we can give ourselves a chance to actually get through onto the next stage. And so I just want to say I'm really proud of my team, and especially for the game today, they put me in great positions to succeed, and that's it's really a team effort. So I just got to say I'm really proud, and I hope we take it all the way.
No, 100%. And congratulations to you guys making it to the next stage. We look forward to seeing you. We look forward to seeing more of that team ferocity and that unrelenting aggression that you guys have. And yeah, I'm very excited. But thank you for joining us for the interview. We really appreciate
Actually, I have one more thing.
Okay.
That I forgot to mention. That this game, actually, we had it marked on our calendars because we have kind of a history with this team. I think it was their jungler or their mid laner. I can't exactly remember which one it was, but there was some trash talking going on. We played them before in the league games, and he was talking some smack. So
if you want to say something, now's your time. You have the podium, the floor.
As long as it's not too bad, please.
Yeah, as long as it's not swearing, it's fine.
No. I'm not trying to swear. I'm just letting you know that we don't forget. So next time we play, let's come prepared.
Okay, well, is there anything else, Paul, you want to say before I just start trying to close this out again?
No, that's it. Thanks for having me.
Okay, no worries. Alex, you want to take us out?
Awesome. So for those of you that are unaware, this is not the only game we will be casting today. We will be casting a game at 8:30, which is sort of our premium feature game of the day, which will be Royalty Esports versus Good Gaming Black. And that will be at 8:30, like I just said. It's going live at 8 p.m. with a pre-game interview. I don't know who we will be getting for the pre-game, but I'm sure we'll make it spicy.
Someone. 100%.
Awesome.
And
So
thank you, everyone. And see you later. Peace.
Cheers.